Good morning, West Tennessee. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Diamond Williams. A Sunday morning fire at a New York City apartment building killed at least 19 people, including 9 children. For the second Christmas in a row, coronavirus has disrupted holiday plans for millions of Americans. The rapid spread of the Omicron variant forced the cancellation of hundreds of flights, and the lack of availability of COVID testing in many areas made it difficult for many families to gather safely. Across the Southeast, vandals have damaged Florida's iconic southernmost point landmark in Key West. Police say the anchored concrete buoy, a hard-working Nevada elementary school principal who goes beyond the call of duty, got the surprise of a lifetime Friday. 10,000 bottles of wine can go in this home.
That's insane. That is insane.
What are we doing? If the pandemic has left you feeling a little deflated, maybe the world's largest bouncy house will pump you up. In entertainment news, the latest Spider-Man movie has spent a month on top at the box office. Could any film scare it out of this weekend's #1 spot? As always, thank you so much for joining us. Stay warm out there and have a great night. As you can see on this road, cars are continuously driving at a slower speed. And Sheriff Thomas says this is important if you absolutely do have to drive. This is what is left of a church that dates back as early as the 1800s. For the town of Dresden, they've lost a piece of their history. Instead of hearing Christmas bells this season, you may hear the honk of a horn. At Perfect Pose, there's a little something for everyone's taste, whether your thing is pink, or you may just want to feel like a kid again and take a pic inside a ball pit. If you guys come on next time, be sure to not get captured by this guy or this guy. In downtown Jackson, Diamond Williams, WBBJ7 Eyewitness News. In a town that has suffered loads of destruction, residents and leaders all have one question. Why? Why has FEMA not yet declared it a disaster?
That's the valid question that people are asking. Where's FEMA? And we're hoping that very soon FEMA's going to be here to assist us with this cleanup and recovery.
Dresden Mayor Jeff Washburn says he believes the reason FEMA is slow to declaring the area a disaster is the fact that the town had no loss of life.
Kentucky had multiple deaths and several dozen deaths, and almost immediately got a disaster declaration because of that. Here in Dresden and Weakley County, we had no deaths, which was a blessing for our community, but it doesn't necessarily draw the attention like a Mayfield, Kentucky has.
Soon after the tornado struck Dresden, leaders applied for federal assistance. Mayor Washburn says it normally takes up to 4 weeks, and they have just passed that date.
So we're on schedule. The FEMA has requested additional information for us to provide, and we're working diligently to get them all the information they need.
After FEMA surveys the data of damage, then they can move forward. The cleanup can begin and financial assistance is dispersed to residents. It's something Washburn says is a long time coming and is much needed.
Rebuilding their homes. It's going to be a help in rebuilding businesses that were destroyed. Assist us in rebuilding our city hall and our fire department and police department. It's going to get us back on our feet and operating as a city.
In Dresden, Diamond Williams, WBBJ7 Eyewitness News. Investigators say last Sunday, 3 dogs were found dead in a field in Weakley County after being left inside of crates. Founder of Halfway Home Animal Rescue, Amber Reynolds, says the dogs were found just minutes from her shelter and says she was heartbroken after what she saw.
They could have reached out and brought them here. And I don't condone any animal being dumped out, but I'd much rather them been let loose so they could fend for themselves than to die in such a horrible, agonizing way.
Reynolds was notified of the dogs by a friend. She says she could tell the dogs were still alive before being abandoned.
There wasn't a tray in the crate, so there was dig marks where the dogs were actually trying to get out. There was pry marks on the gate.
Weakley County Sheriff Department investigator Marty Plunk says the investigation is ongoing.
We're exploring different avenues about how this could have happened or may have happened, of whether or not they may have died somewhere else and got brought there, or there's just different things that we're looking at.
Plunk says the neighborhood where the dogs were found is a tight-knit community. He says he has never had a case of this magnitude within Weakley County involving animals.
It hits you kind of hard at how this played out. I mean, you start looking at, what they went through if they were left there like it appears.
Plunk says it could have been a financial reason behind it or even a time commitment issue.
When you get overwhelmed, sometimes you make bad choices. So I'm gonna leave my judgment open because you just don't know a person's heart.
Reynolds says the pandemic has created an increase of people abandoning dogs, but says she will still never turn an animal away.
If you reach out to us, we will help. I mean, and we might have to find a temporary foster for a couple days before they can come here. But there's so many people that do love animals around here and that are willing to open their home.
In Weakley County, Diamond Williams, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News.